Hi guys, there was little doubt that the House of Lords would push back on Rishi Sunak's Rwanda Bill. The second chamber was not rejecting it outright, but delaying it. However, such a pause would render it dead, as there's very little time, and maybe not enough, to fix the bill and push it through once again. Peers want time to scrutinise the legislation and have said that they're not necessarily killing it, but any attempt to amend it will be unacceptable to Rishi Sunak and many Tories. So as predicted, the Prime Minister is back to square one. Here is Baron Goldsmith explaining some of the problems his group of peers had with the Rwanda Bill.
We are not saying that the treaty should never be ratified, but we are saying that Parliament should have the opportunity to scrutinise the treaty and its implementing measures in full before it makes a judgment about whether Rwanda is safe. And as the government proposes in its bill that the courts will be precluded from considering whether the Supreme Court's concerns have been addressed, it is now for Parliament alone to make that assessment. It is the unanimous view of the International Agreements Committee that we need first to see the protections fully implemented and working. And for that reason, the committee concluded in its report that the treaty should not be ratified until the protections it provides have been fully implemented.
Okay, so what does this mean for Rishi Sunak? Well, it means we're back to square one, I believe, because it's not getting through the House of Lords, it's on pause, and I don't think there's enough time to get it through the House of Lords eventually. Now, this could have been part of Rishi Sunak's plan. Produce ridiculous legislation, break international law, attempt to push it through Parliament, get it through Parliament, then try to push it through the House of Lords, know that he will not get through the House of Lords, and then he can blame somebody else for, well, him not succeeding. He can say, see, I tried to stop the boats, but I wasn't succeeding because of the House of Lords. I wanted to send people to Rwanda, but it's not my fault, it's the House of Lords. First of all, it's blaming somebody else. Now it seems to be the peers that are going to be blamed. And Nigel Farage and others have already jumped on this, saying the House of Lords needs to be abolished because these people are blocking the will of the people or whatever. So I think we're going to see a lot of right-wing hate directed at the House of Lords. We've seen it before when it came to Brexit, and we're going to see it once again when it comes to the Rwanda Bill. The Rwanda Bill is unlawful. Supreme Court have said that. There was no chance that the Supreme Court ruling would be rejected, ignored in the House of Lords. So be it Labour peers, Tory peers, anyone else, they're not going to look at this and say, yes, we can pass this. We're going to ignore the ruling of the Supreme Court. We're going to ignore international law. We're going to ignore the problems of sending people to Rwanda if it's unsafe. So this is perhaps in a way bad news for Rishi Sunak, but perhaps also good news because it sort of gets him off the hook. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.